Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Hey folks, welcome to the SmackDown podcast, the exclusive recap show for WrestlingNewsWorld.com, and also found right here at YouTube.com/SmackDown podcast, and everywhere else that podcasts are listened to. It's your Sunday. Oh man, we were just talking about NXT TakeOver. It's your Friday night SmackDown host, Kyle, and the AJ Styles of podcast, Sebastian.
What's up, man? How's everybody doing today?
We're doing good. Doing good. As good as we can be. How about that? Let's put it like that.
That's true.
Oh, man. Yeah, folks, if this is your first time listening to us, thank you for joining us. We are a wrestling recap show. We usually cover WWE and AEW, but we might do some off events here and there. For instance, there is a charity show coming up presented by Synergy and WrestlingNewsWorld.com on July 11th. It's for the first responders. It's a pretty cool event coming up. You know what? I realized I just closed my notes.
Oh, my bad. Uh-oh.
But you guys definitely need to check it out. It's going to be on Fight TV. So far, we have a couple matches announced. We have a 30-minute Iron Man match between Alex Zane and Blake Christian. 2020 Garden State Invitational qualifier between Tony Deppen and JD Drake. I actually just got to see Tony Deppen on the Standing Streamer show over on Twitch, which, by the way, you guys need to check that out. He streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But I got to learn a lot about Tony Deppen. Apparently, he's got really good facial expressions in the ring. Very charismatic fella. And then lastly, another 2020 Garden State Invitational qualifier between LSG and Jordan Oliver. Those are the matches so far that have been announced. We got more coming. But once again, that is going to be on July 11th. Order it on Fight. All proceeds are going to go to the First Responders Charity, which is a great cause, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But we're here to talk SmackDown, man. Sebastian, besides we were talking about some golfing you were doing.
Golf, dude. Don't get me started. I'm holding a golf ball. That's how I did today.
Which was better, your golfing performance or SmackDown's performance?
Oh, definitely SmackDown. I suck at golf. I mean, it's fun, but I suck. Definitely SmackDown. It was actually one of my favorite. I mean, I thought it was probably the best SmackDown in the last little while.
It was pretty good, man. It flew by. Kind of caught me off guard. Usually I have the kids in bed. Before I knew it, like the show was over, and I still was rushing my oldest son into bed, and I was like, oh God, we got to get the show ready.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. Had some surprises in there. Some big-time surprises, actually.
Even seeing somebody get slimed. That was interesting.
I know, man. Like straight out of the 90s Nickelodeon. It was good. I wonder how that's... This is where I wish RN didn't call out, because for all the Braun segments, I really would be intrigued by RN's perspective, and I'll get into why once we cover all of them. You know,
didn't the Nickelodeon used to have an award show that was like focused on slime?
Well, the Teen Nick Choice Awards, it's still going on.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched Nickelodeon forever.
They slime all the hosts and everything. John Cena's been slimed.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, man. The Rock, all of them. How'd SmackDown start off? Oh, we had a recap of the hit and run last week with Jeff Hardy. You know, apparently it looked like he got liquored up behind the wheel and ran over Elias. We learn during this recap, Elias has a torn pec and some broken ribs. Could be missing a few months. What do you think about that? You think that's real? Not the injury, but like the absence. They wrote him off TV for a few months.
I mean, probably. I mean, Elias is a charismatic kind of guy. He might have something going on.
Yeah. Look at, I mean, because let's see. The broken ribs thing, but we've seen people tear their pec before. John Cena's tore his pec off the bone, taking that hip toss from Del Rio? No,
Triple H towards picking.
Saudi Arabia
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
tag match, that god awful tag
yeah.
match that
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels came back for. Oh God.
He should have stayed going. He went
Let's
out so perfect.
like John Cena was out for like what 3 or 4 months, and they said he
Yeah,
returned early. That was like an early return. Uh, so I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how long Elias is really gone for. It feels like he doesn't really do much.
he doesn't.
Like he misses some TV, he comes back for a week or two, like gets a couple insults in, gets beat up, and then he's off again.
Elias feels like one of them guys that is more native of crowds. I mean, if you take the crowd away, there's not
Yeah,
much for Elias.
he got some of the biggest boos in WWE's last like decade or two. That one time he just insulted that team's like sports team, and they booed him for
Yeah,
like 6 minutes. Like it was like when Roman Reigns defeated the Undertaker. It was like that level of heat in that arena that
yeah.
night.
And even as a face with his songs, like if he's out there roasting people, the crowd's pretty into it. But without a crowd, man, Elias is, I don't know, he just doesn't bring much interest to me.
Yeah.
And his
Now,
in-ring never did, but like as far as
yeah,
his,
he was never too captivating in ring. I always thought there was more to his character though. Like you could probably get more out of him, but he fits his role so good. I could see why they'd play it safe and don't want to go outside that role too much.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean you have a good thing going. You don't want to lose it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just hopefully he improves in-ring. There's only been one the last match I've ever enjoyed, so
Which one was that?
that was against Seth at Money in the Bank a couple years ago for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, we were talking about how Money in the Bank Seth shows up. Let's see, going back to it. So Jeff comes out. He gets to address, everybody. And he says, he was in the car. He got out the car. And then it said he felt like he had an anvil hit him in the head. Pretty much he got knocked out. He says he wakes up. He's covered in booze. Cops around him. Handcuffs tearing at his flesh. Says he felt himself going back to that dark place. When witnesses showed up to the precinct, this is where it gets interesting. Witnesses showed up. And they said they saw someone exit the car. Red hair, red beard. Obviously Sheamus. At that point, Jeff, still in the ring, accuses Sheamus, who comes out, says the witnesses are just covering for Jeff. They're enablers because you have to play on him drinking and druggy and all that stupid shit. And then at that point, Sheamus hits him with the line, and don't worry about disappointing your wife and kids. They're used to it. Prompts a brawl. Jeff gets his ass beat. Ends up breaking through one of the plexiglass barriers, I think by mistake. I don't think that was planned. And that was the segment.
That's pretty good, I thought.
Yeah.
By the way, red hair, red beard, Sami Zayn's written off TV right now. I mean, so who knows? It might not be Sheamus. There's a couple guys. Eric Rowan.
How about to say we've
bring
heard
him back.
rumors that they're bringing guys back that they just let go. Could be
Yeah.
Eric Rowan. That would
So
be
who-
lame, though.
Yeah, I mean, but Rowan's kind of like that whodunit storyline person apparently, or the mystery, like the spider. If there's anything
The
mystery,
spider.
they're like Eric Rowan's the guy for some
The
odd
body
reason.
double. They
Yeah,
never
I
went
mean-
anywhere. Yeah, they really do put him in like the worst twists. Like probably like almost Hornswoggle level. Where it was just like,
Yeah.
oh man, we need a twist, but we don't have anything. Just throw Eric Rowan in there.
Yeah,
We'll
poor
figure it
guy.
out.
But the segment was really good, I thought, man. Like when it worked is when you're kind of like me and you're analyzing, but at the same time, you still want to see Jeff Hardy whip Sheamus's ass after it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll say
that's
that-
when you know it works.
Yeah, and I'll say this, man. As much as I've always enjoyed Jeff Hardy, I never really cared for him on the mic. But he got the
it's-
job done. He got it done tonight.
He's always been awkward on the mic.
Yeah.
But no,
yes.
that's when I realized this thing was working. Is me, I never look. You know me. I just like the stories. I don't really go for the results and all that.
Mhm.
But I genuinely want to see Jeff whip Sheamus's ass.
Want to see this match?
So
yeah,
yeah.
they already had a match Jeff won.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could get more out of it. I mean, there's obviously a feud here, and this will be a good Good thing for the hacker who we haven't seen or heard from for a little bit too. They're going to make their appearance back soon, I would think.
Yeah, this is the next hacker. And two, this gives, whether it's a few months down the line or whatever, this gives Elias something to come right straight back to when he
Yeah.
returns. So,
Oh yeah, Elias could enter right into a feud. Yeah, I can see that. Backstage, Otis is walking with his best gal, Mandy. They come across Corbin's crown, and Otis, who has never been billed as a klepto beforehand, takes it upon himself. Try on the crown. You know what? This is mine now. And he just steals the crown, walks off with Mandy. This, of course, is setting up his match against Corbin. Right afterwards, it's a commercial break. Corbin bullies a stagehand, and we get the first of 2 times stagehands narked on wrestlers throughout the evening. Those stagehands, you can't trust them for nothing, man.
no. All you got to do is threaten them, and it's good.
Yeah,
total.
man. The match was pretty straightforward. Corbin couldn't really get the upper hand. Otis is being billed really strong in the ring, and I like it. I like the idea of a funny, comical guy, but still dominate, Corbin can't get the upper hand, so eventually he just takes it upon himself, DQ himself, hits Otis with a chair. They go back in the ring. Otis gets up before Corbin, however, and still ends up laying out Corbin, hitting him with the caterpillar. When's the last time Corbin has just been handily, it's just been dominated by a purebred baby face? Can't do nothing.
It's been a while. And that's where, when you really know it, Otis might be in this kind of scene to stay. Maybe not to stay, but like a long picture, because Corbin's the top heel there on this brand. And, Otis, not even with a steel chair. Otis just demolished the guy. So.
Yeah, hit not even a chair. Swung the momentum back into Corbin's favor.
So, maybe when Otis won the Money in the Bank, I figured there's going to be an angle some way, somehow. They're going to get this briefcase off of him, and it's going to be this quick thing.
That's not fully ruled out yet.
No, but
so far,
the way they're booking them,
they're showing faith in him.
It makes it seem like it's unlikely.
Yeah, I'm still intrigued. The idea of Otis cashing it in on a world champion. Of course, we heard the rumors, and he did that interview. He said that he would cash it in for the tag titles. But I find that a waste of the Money in the Bank contract. I'm
all for first fans. If they want to do that, because I love Otis, but I don't know how long he could be a top guy, even if he does win the title. So I don't know. Maybe when you push him there, people will realize maybe Otis can't pull this off. Maybe is a waste. So maybe if they want to go the safe route and keep him in that, sure. Yeah. Never seen it before. So.
I know. I just, I just feel I'd
rather see that instead of him winning the title and then it flopping.
Yeah. Well, time will tell. This is just one of those things where nothing is written out yet. We're being surprised almost every week with Otis. So time will definitely tell with this one.
I didn't think he'd keep the briefcase this long.
Yeah, tell me about it. Miz and Morrison are staking out Braun Strowman in the parking lot inside a surveillance van. I love this. Surveillance van is perfect for kooky heels. I'm telling you.
For these two guys. Even Cookie Hills, there's a lot of people that could pull this off, but these two.
These two are perfect, man. Miz has one of those spy microphones, those sound amplifiers, but he's pointing it through the van wall. That is not how that works. The whole plot here is they intend on making Braun angry because an angry Braun makes mistakes. The first thing they do is apparently they had some Mentos or something stored in a bottle. I don't know, man. I'm not much into science. But Braun just pours what appears to be a water bottle into his water bottle, and it just fizzes all over like a Mentos in a Diet Coke.
I admit I giggled at this.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would, but I did.
Braun might have some anger issues though, because
I
something
would
like
love-
that's irritating, but not like infuriating. You know what I mean? Like,
I
Braun,
mean, when you're that big of a guy, dude, you just
yeah, you got a
get
short
mad easy.
fuse, man. He's got a short fuse.
I really wish I was beside Rob when this happened.
What's that?
I really wish I was sitting beside Rob when this happened.
Oh yeah.
This is right up Rob's alley, dude.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
bet
Hijinks.
yes,
Rob's all about some hijinks, man.
he was it.
Guys, check out Rob on our AEW show. Him and Kevin are just effing hilarious, man. They're wonderful.
Guy even liked Uzi Hot. Oh man,
Uzi Hot. Still to this day, he supports.
yeah,
Uzi
he
Hot.
defends
Oh
it,
my
dude.
God. Oh God. Shorty G is having an interview backstage. It is cut short. Buy more short jokes. Now from Mojo. Apparently, every heel just cannot resist the urge to cut short jokes on Chad Gable. Doesn't matter who they are. That's just their go-to. Gable is jumped by Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. They get ran off by Kofi Kingston and Big E, setting up a six-man tag match later in the evening. So this part I kind of missed. So you'll have to fill me in if I miss anything here, because I was actually I was on the phone with Jay.
That was it.
No.
And
I was going to say
unfortunately-
the Lacey Evans and Sonya Deville match. I saw that Lacey got
Oh,
jumped.
you
during
missed
her
the
entrance.
match. You missed the match. Oh man, this was Lacey Evans' best match.
It was looking
Like
good.
this match was really good.
They seem to have really good chemistry.
They do. They even had a good match last week, but this match was really, really good. I recommend you going and check it out. A lot of cool spots. There's a weird angle / maybe real. I don't know. There was a ref apparently got injured in this match.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, they got flopped into him, and it looked like he hurt his leg.
yeah. So I don't know what happened there. They never really played it up anymore after that, so I assume it's real. I'm not sure, but no, it was a really good match, man. These two have Sonya has good chemistry with a lot of people. With Asuka too. I mean,
Yeah, I
but
really want to see Sonya and Asuka go at it, even though they're
But,
on
like-
different brands.
as far as Lacey goes, she's had decent matches, but as far as like consistent chemistry with somebody, I've not seen her have it with anyone. But Sonya, man, she works really well with Sonya. It's a good match. Real
Yeah.
physical. Real physical.
The only thing that bummed me out is towards the end of the match, or at the end when Lacey beat her, you cue Sonya and Mandy Rose circling each other. Essentially, Mandy Rose watching on.
I was cool with it though.
No, man, I want to see Sonya and Lacey keep it going, man.
Well, they have this chemistry where I feel like you can go back to it now. But the obvious story is still Sonya versus Mandy. You know, Sonya, I will make the rest of your life miserable and all that.
Yeah.
So this was, I mean, it still showed they could work together. It gave Lacey a win that she needed. Everybody complains that ever in Sasha and Bayley, there's not a lot there. Lacey gets a big win. Sonya's protected. It continues. Mandy, Sonya. It worked for me all around.
Okay, I'll give you that. Backstage, Braun Strowman.
I don't know if you saw this spot, but Sonya like draped Lacey on the apron and did like a weird.
Brainbuster?
No, it wasn't even a brainbuster. It was like a neck breaker on her knee or something.
Oh, I
It
think I
looked
saw it. Yeah, I did see
Yeah,
that. I
it
did
was a sick spot. I mean, they brought it. I mean, they had a lot of cool spots in this match. I liked it.
Yeah, I
And
was
Lacey
thinking
hit
last
Lacey's moonsault was perfect. And I know people give her crap about sometimes messing up the moonsault. That was the best one she's hit. I mean, it was just really good.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch it. Like I said, I was kind of halfway watching it because Jay, our NXT guy, he's sometimes on, sometimes off NXT. He was on the phone with me, and he's walking through Chicago. I could hear fireworks going off on his phone. I was like, Jay, are you okay? He said, yeah, they're just prepping for a parade, actually. But yeah, so I was really into the phone conversation I was having with Jay. So I'm glad you had the chance to really get into the match.
Yeah, it was a really good match.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Braun was being interviewed backstage by Kayla, who got Nickelodeon slimed. It's the best way to describe it. Apparently, Miz and Morrison botched the placement of the bucket and slimed Kayla Braxton. She's obviously pissed. And now it's starting to get under Braun's skin a little bit. Oh, God, it was good.
Hey, there's a lot of cussing in this, too. There's a jackass drop, the bastard.
Yeah.
Most cussing I've ever heard in a segment in PG WWE.
Yeah. They drop the SH word. They say shit every now and then now.
Yeah, but this was 2 words in about 30 seconds.
That's true. They usually spread it out, you know?
Yeah.
AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan are in the ring. This was kind of interesting because it threw me off. I was just getting off the phone with Jay, so I may have missed a little bit of the details here. Bryan's part of the promo is essentially he wants to elevate that title to legendary status, the way he was bringing it up. And that way, whoever manages to take it off Daniel Bryan is pretty much dispositioned to be a made man. AJ, this is kind of where I got mixed up in AJ's promo. It looked like started saying Bryan maybe wants a handout, like maybe like I don't know, like AJ just got out promoted by Bryan, so he was like goaded into doing something about it. It was weird.
No, Bryan was talking about essentially kind of like Cody, I guess, is doing on AEW. He was just talking about maybe having a title match every week and all that. Then AJ basically said, "What do you want to do? Give handouts? If I'm the champion, people's gonna earn it. I'm not just gonna come out here week after week and say, come fight me for
But
the
then
title."
in the same breath, he was like, "How about I reach over there and give Drew a handout and give him a match?"
But that wasn't for a title.
Yeah. So at first, like I said, I missed it. I thought it was actually for AJ's spot. I thought he literally was like, I goaded in and was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll give Drew a match tonight, and if he beats me, he gets my spot.
It was more of a, okay, you want a handout? Well, let's bring your coach out here, and I'll kick his ass in front of you.
Gotcha.
Like that.
To our surprise, that did not happen. Yep. Gulak got the early jump on Styles and did not let up. At the end of the match, Styles did start to turn it around, but Gulak had way too much left in the tank. Styles goes for a style clash. Gulak pulls the legs out, flips over, scores a clean pin on AJ Styles. Clean as a whistle, folks.
Not a lot of people get that pin. Right there.
No, they don't, man.
It was a big win for Gulak. I was surprised.
Win. Oh man, I'm happy. I love Gulak, but when I saw him in that match with AJ, I was like, okay. He's either going to be made an example of or Daniel Bryan's going to pull off some shenanigans. Gulak just straight up beat him.
It was a good match, too. Yeah. I mean, even with the, it is a clean win, but it wasn't like AJ was laid out, that kind of fish, but still.
No, yeah. I mean, to counter the Styles clash, like no distraction. Yeah. I count that as a clean victory. That's as clean as it can get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know how a lot of people though, if it's a roll up or anything like that,
they
like,
stole it. Well, if it's from behind, I think those schoolboys from behind, that's kind of like you catch him off guard, you kind of steal it. This was he countered his finisher, straight in his face, and got the pin. So I find that more dominant, more respectable.
Yeah. Dude comes back, gets a new contract, pins AJ.
Oh, man. It's all looking up Gulak. That was another thing we were talking about on the Standing Streamer show. He wasn't aware that Gulak was still with SmackDown. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, go tune into my show. We covered it. Miz and Morrison are outside. They spot Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, for a big dude, he's got a pretty small car. He's got a nice car, though.
My wife said that. She was in here when Braun pulled in and got out of the car. She's like, how's he fit in that car?
That thing is low to the ground, man.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm 6'2", 6'3", with some good shoes on, and I need an SUV. Like I can't stand sedans. Like I can't stand getting that low, getting a car. I hate it, man. Yeah. Miz and Morrison though outside, they take golf club and baseball bat to Braun's windshield, and
that's why I want a golf so bad. Miz had a golf club.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. And that led us into the 6-man tag match. I just realized Chad Gable, Big E, Same height.
Was that the same?
Same height. If anything, Big E's only got him by like an inch.
I thought it was a couple inches.
Nah,
I
bro.
I didn't really pay attention.
RN said it like a month ago. Me and him were doing a show. And he was like, "Oh no, Big E's like 5'9", 5'10" at the tallest." And I was like, "No way."
Yeah, he's not very tall, but I still thought he was like 2 or 3 inches taller than Chad Gable.
Let me see. Big E is billed at 5'11". Okay, so just under 6 foot. I'm telling you though, when I saw, and Chad Gable's 5'8", so 3 inches between. I'm telling you that can't be right. I'm telling you, when I saw them standing next to each other, Big E and Chad Gable look the same height. Like, I don't know if Chad Gable just has better posture than E, but I'm telling you, man, they looked like just about the same exact height. And now anytime I see Big E, all I'm going to see is like this short, stocky guy. I'm not going to be able to shake that image.
I didn't know that. I mean, like I said, I didn't think he was tall or anything, but didn't know he was actual.
I will say this. I thought he was over 6 foot. I was convinced he was over 6 foot.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought he was over 6
Yeah,
foot.
no, I mean, even Google has him at 5'11". But then again, you know, the internet kind of exaggerates things. So I
That's
don't know. Do not know.
I have to go back and watch now. See if I can get a side by side.
Yeah. For as much talent as they had in this 6-man tag match, the New Day, Gable, Shinsuke, Cesaro, and then, of course, he had Mojo in there. Really wasn't.
Yeah.
It was kind of a stinker of a match.
Any match Mojo's in is a stinker of a match.
I mean, if there was any story to the match, Kofi had his leg hurt early on. Took him a while to get a hot tag. Gets a hot tag to Gable. Gable gets some good offense in on all three guys. But eventually the numbers catch up to him. Looks like Mojo is going to get one over on Gable, but they kind of clear out the ring. New Day ends up hitting Mojo with the Midnight Hour while Gable holds off Cesaro Nakamura. Yeah, it was a throwaway match. There's really nothing coming out of this. Braun now discovered his car. At this point, he's just livid. We've awoken the beast, essentially, is what's going on here. Stagehand, second time in the night, ratting out wrestlers, points out the Miz and Morrison's stakeout van.
I love it. Miz and Morrison got to watch him get towed on though.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious when they were trying to go for the keys. Like, you got the keys. Like, no, like they couldn't drive off. We get classic Braun back, though. He flips the van.
That's the best Braun.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to ask if RN was here. That's where I would have been like, is this cheesy? He was involved in, like, slime and soda gags. Or was this cool because he flipped a damn van, you know?
Nah, I enjoyed it.
And he didn't talk that much.
He didn't.
He didn't do too much talking.
Caught on some jackasses, and
that was it, man. That works. It's a wonder though. For one, this was like way overly dramatic because that van was laid down so gently, like whoever was on the inside could not have been hurt. Like it's just the most gentle tip. But
maybe Braun thought they had soda in there, and he was just getting them back by spilling the soda off. I mean,
I don't know, man. But
it's hot out here. It's in Florida. It has to be hot. They have to have drinks in there. Yeah, they have to have drinks in there, drinking it, and stay hydrated. I'll just spill them on them like they did me with the Mentos. Hey, that's a bitch.
Why is Miz messing with Braun Strowman, though? When the last time this happened, Braun emerged out of a trash truck and, like, almost killed him. You remember that? They had, like, the 3-on-5 match.
I guess he has a lot of faith in John Morrison. That's
I'm telling you, man, because the last time Miz squared up with Braun Strowman, it almost murdered him in the B team. I don't know, man.
Or B team.
Main event time. Okay, this was definitely awesome. You got the tag team champions, the women's tag team champions, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross taking on Bayley and Sasha Banks. I was convinced going into this that you were going to have Bayley and Sasha get in each other's way.
They teased it.
Yeah, they teased it heavy. They teased it really big. The end of the match saw Sasha Banks hit the bank statement on Nikki Cross, but Bayley blind tagged herself in, threw Sasha off, and literally was kicking her in the face out of the ring so Bayley could apply the bank statement. At this point, you were led to believe that Bayley was probably going to get rolled up or something. But eventually they smooth it all out, correct their error. Sasha does tag herself back in. She gets another bank statement. Nikki, though, rolls through, pins Sasha. Sasha rolls that pin through a crucifix.
While Bayley's holding Alexa.
Huh?
While Bayley's holding Alexa.
Yeah. And gets the pin. So now you have Sasha and Bayley are two-time women's tag team champions. And Bayley is, I believe, only the second female to be simultaneous champs in WWE. Of course, Becky holding Raw and SmackDown titles, and Bayley now holding SmackDown and tag titles simultaneously. That's actually pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
But
the match was really good.
What do you think about the ending, though?
That was an excellent finish.
But I'm talking about like the whole Bayley put her hands on Sasha.
Oh, I mean, they're planting the seeds. It's eventually. I didn't think it was going to happen this early. Even when it happened, I was like, because a lot of people on Twitter was like, "Oh, we're getting a turn tonight. It's the main event. It's something big." So, but it's just too early, man. If they're planning for SummerSlam, it's 2 months away. I feel like it's going to be at least a month.
Yeah,
and that's if the playing a SummerSlam.
Yeah. I can see that.
But it was an excellent finish. I mean, they not just the counters for the pins and the bank statements, but just the tease right there near the finish, the Bayley and Sasha blow up possibly happening, and then going straight to that. The last 2 or 3 minutes, you didn't know what was going to happen.
At no point did I think Bayley and Sasha are going to win, though. Nope.
And the match. And not just them, Alexa and Nikki performed really well in this match, too. Alexa had a hell of a hot tag in this match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alexa was on form tonight, man.
Yeah. And Nikki, I mean, that little sequence where Nikki hits the tornado DDT on the outside and Alexa hit Code Red on the inside, or the Sunset Powerbomb, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. That was an awesome spot, actually.
Yeah. That was really the only time in the match you could tell it was edited, too, because Alexa went up, and then they cut to Nikki doing the DDT, and in real life, Alexa would have to stand there.
Oh, I got
you. Yeah, but other than that, man, I mean, really good stuff all around.
Yeah, man. No, it was good. It like such a bite-sized, breezy episode of SmackDown.
And I love Bayley and Sasha going to Michael Cole afterwards, dude. That's one of my highlights for SmackDown. Just
they always give it to Michael Cole, man.
And Sheamus, Bayley is like the queen, and Sheamus is like the king of giving Cole hell.
Oh man. So, but what a well-paced show.
Bayley goes, "I can't hold this. It's too heavy. I have so much gold," and I just died.
Her trash talk is second to none.
Yeah.
I was saying that when she had that match with Charlotte. I was laughing, dying that whole match with her trash talking Charlotte.
And when she was
we don't pull hair here on SmackDown, Charlotte. We play by the rules.
I mean, that was the story of that match too, because Bayley, if you remember, the finish was she held the ropes, right?
Yeah.
And earlier in the match, she did the same thing, and the ref caught her, and she said, "I was just seeing if you was paying attention." So it was. Who would have known Bayley was this good at trash talk? Dude?
I'm telling
you.
when
she was a face, dude.
Well, there was that glimpse a couple years ago. She laid out Sasha Banks on the outside, and she got in her face like, "You ain't shit." It was like, "Oh damn, Bayley."
And then we had marriage cancel and all that crap.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
But that segment was good. I mean, we were going somewhere, and then it did.
It was really good, man. I mean, like I said, it was a really well-paced episode of SmackDown. It felt like every segment had a purpose. I would say, with the exception of the 6-man tag,
And even it, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing notable about the match, but I mean, it wasn't clumsy or anything. They still went out there and
Yeah,
had a
it was
clean
just like, hey,
match.
you guys got 5 minutes, man. Go make something happen. You know
It's
what I
just for
mean?
me personally, if Mojo's in it, one, I'm not interested because I'm not a fan of Mojo, and two, if he's in a match, you know he's taking a pin, and it's
Well,
just
the other thing too, I will say, it's not all Mojo. It's Chad Gable. Unfortunately, with as talented as Chad Gable is, as long as he is tied to this Shorty G gimmick, basketball shorts, look, everything, tune him out. I can't take him seriously, and it's not his fault, man. It's not his fault.
if I
He's
remember right, last week, he wasn't even in basketball shorts.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like I know when he's on screen, it means don't take it seriously because nothing's going to develop. And the same thing with Mojo. It's just like those two guys, you know, nothing will develop. It's kind of like a Cesaro singles match. Okay, we know Cesaro's out here to eat a pin. It's
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
unless it's against Shorty G, he can beat Shorty G.
No, Shorty
Or
G
no,
beats
no, Drew
Cesaro.
Gulak. I meant Drew Gulak. He
Gulak,
beat Drew
yeah.
Gulak. But
Which I mean, I guess that put power ranks Shorty G over Gulak.
but then Drew Gulak beat AJ. So was Shorty G over AJ.
Holy shit!
I mean,
Shorty G is better than AJ. Go do your wrestling math.
oh hell.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Take it to the bank. Oh man. But yeah, I mean between
But then Baron Corbin beat Shorty G. So I guess Baron Corbin's the greatest.
yeah, it still ends up with Baron Corbin. But Otis beats Baron Corbin.
Ooh. Um. Shit, I don't think nobody's beat Otis.
No, Ziggler has, but it wasn't clean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
Otis.
I
Otis is
really
prime.
wanted to. I really wanted to keep that going.
Nope.
Shit.
Otis is prime, man. But what I got out of this is Otis is a better wrestler than AJ Styles.
I even was starting to go back months ago to tag team matches and trying to remember who beat Heavy Machinery. Like, damn.
Yep. So if you take anything away from this podcast, is Otis is the best wrestler on WWE, or at least on SmackDown. Which I guess does make sense for that briefcase now, if you think about it.
Wrestling math. Sure.
Wrestling math, man. So yeah, just the rundown. So you had
Wait. Oh no. Undertaker beat AJ, so does that mean Otis is better than Undertaker?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no.
He's better than Undertaker. He's better than John Cena. I mean,
man.
you could just go by the current SmackDown run, though.
Cena had a failed cash in too. If Otis cashes in,
Oh
I think it's
man,
done.
Otis.
The debate's over.
Yeah, and Cena's referred to as the GOAT. Otis could be the greatest wrestler of all time, man.
Oh my God. Look where we came in the last 2 months. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit, man. You know how WWE knows how to build their stars, man.
And we give them hell. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, like I said, it was a breezy show. You had the
Cena
opening
beat The
promo.
Rock a few years ago.
Huh?
Cena beat The Rock a few years ago.
He did.
Oh, man.
And then you take everybody The Rock has beat, like Stone Cold.
Oh, man. This is deep.
Goes deep, man. Goes deep. Stone
Mount
Cold's
Rushmore. Otis was on the Mount Rushmore already.
Jeez. And you go back even further. Stone Cold beat Jake the Snake. Well, Jake the Snake was never champion, so that's not that big a deal. Anyways, this is getting too much. This is too much. That's our show. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining us, of course. Make sure to like, subscribe. If you're listening to the podcast, leave a comment, rating, review, 5-star, whatever it is. I don't know what you guys do on that. But it always helps out the show. Make sure to go check out Belts by Dan. Get you a authentic championship belt. Let them know SmackDown Podcast sent you. It greatly helps out the show. And of course,
But you should probably wait till Otis wins it though, so you can have his replica because he is the GOAT.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because Otis is gonna have some like ham on it or something.
Yeah, so be patient.
Be patient.
But for sure, go to Belts by Damn when it happens.
Yes. And make sure to tune in this Sunday when we cover NXT in your house. I think you might have a stacked show with that. I think Vince, Jay, RN, I know they're all on there, and I think even Kevin is hopping from AEW over to join those guys too.
That's because he secretly knows NXT is better.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one.
Subconsciously.
Jury's still out.
Subconsciously, or however you pronounce it, he knows. He knows.
But thank you guys for joining us. Until the next time, you guys all have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.